Good afternoon, guys. Welcome back. Welcome to my humble abode. Last time we spoke, I was showing you guys around my house. I was decorating, I was moving things around. I had bought some new furniture. So I thought, as a follow-up, let me just shoot a video about the mistakes the mistakes that we made when we bought the house. We made 5 mistakes that I know if we had the information, now that I have the information, we could have avoided those situations. But I'm sharing this information if you are looking to buy a house, if you are thinking about a house, this video is definitely for you. I really want to help out because I feel like we need to share this information. This is not information on mistakes that people should keep to themselves. So I'm here to share. Without going on and on for too long, let's get right. 5 mistakes I think we made when we bought this apartment. Mistake number 1. We did not live like house owners before we bought the house. Before we bought the house, we were renting, but our lifestyle was not that of people that are owning a house. So the advice that is out there is that you try to live like a house owner before you buy the house. Living like a house owner looks like, if you're looking to buy a standalone, looks like making sure that you have money for rates, making sure you have money for gardening, you have money for security. So meaning you have to do the research to find out in the area where you want to stay, how much do they pay for security, how much is a gardener for, what size is a yard, and how much are you looking to pay for a gardener to take care of that yard. Is there a pool? Do you want a pool? How much does it cost to take care of a pool? So we did not go through any of that before we bought the house. We just decided, okay, I think we think we're done paying rent and it's time to buy a house, and we bought this apartment. It was just like boom. And after buying it, that's when now other things came into play, which I will share as we go along in the video. Mistake number 2, we did not understand the difference between levies, especially if you live in a complex, levies and rates. So levies is monies that you pay for the upkeep of the complex, and the rates and taxes are funds that you pay to the municipality to take the trash, for the storage and all of that. So those are 2 different payments. When we got into this place, we did not pay the rates and taxes for a good 5 months or even 6 months or even a year. I don't even remember, but we did not pay the rates for a long time. And then next thing we know, we're getting a letter, we're getting an SMS that we should pay the rates and taxes. That time, we don't even have money for the rates and taxes. So it was really something else, because we thought the levies include the rates and taxes, which makes sense. Like, I stay here, you have to remove the trash, the storage and all of that. So the money that I'm paying as levies should count towards the rates and taxes. But we discovered later that it's 2 separate amounts. And so now we are stretched budget-wise. We have to pay the bond, we have to pay the levies, and we have to pay the rates. And that alone is more than, not even more than, it's double the money that we used to pay as rent when we were renting. So you need to do your research. We knew how much the levies were going to cost, but we did not have the full understanding of there's another fee that we have to pay to the government to take the trash and allow us to use the sewage. And there's also water and electricity involved there. Those are things that are not part of the levies. You pay for your water separately and you have to buy your electricity. So that's why I'm saying at the end of the month, we found ourselves paying double what we used to pay as rent when we were renting. So that tells you we were not ready. Had we stayed, had we tried to live like house owners for 6 months or a year, we would have been ready for these fees and these small monies that we had to pay that ended up doubling what we have to spend to live here. Mistake number 3, we did not get this place inspected by a third party. We did not make any undesirable discoveries as soon as we got in here, but maybe had we gotten someone to come and inspect the place, we could have negotiated for a lesser price, because obviously we had to renovate the kitchen. I know we have to renovate both the bathrooms. We have to change the tiles in all the bedrooms. We have to change the wardrobes. There's a lot of things that we need to change, but we've been here for 5 years. So meaning maybe someone with a third eye, someone with the expertise could have helped us avoid paying the full amount that was charged originally on the house. We paid the full amount. We got the full bond to pay for for the full price of the house. We did not negotiate for a lower price for the place, especially because we did come to see the place, and I immediately thought, okay, we're gonna have to do something with this kitchen. I mean, it's okay for now to use, but in the long run, I don't think it's gonna be user friendly. So we could have tried to negotiate. Getting an inspector then allows us to negotiate. So guys, take notes. I hope you're taking notes. When you are buying a house, you need to get somebody in here to come and see the place, check the bathroom, check the taps, check this, check that. You understand? So get someone to come and check the place. Mistake number 4, we did not save for the transfer costs, because this is an old apartment. You have to pay for transfer costs for the bond to be removed from that person's name to our name, to be registered. You need a lawyer. You don't just go to a court. No, you need a lawyer. There's somebody else who's doing all these things. They do it in a different way. They do it elsewhere even. And that money is required in cash. Depending on the size of the house, depending on the amount that you have to pay for the house, the rates can go up to 100K. The transfer cost can go to 100K. Ours, I think it was about 60K. Imagine, this is a 2-bedroom apartment. It went up to 60K. We did not have 60K in cash. So if anything, maybe you can try, when you're trying to live like a house owner, all those monies that you're saving, like for example, if you live like a house owner, you know you have to pay rates, you have to pay levies, depending if you are having a standalone house or if it's a complex. So if it's going to be a complex, it means you're saving 4 amounts: the rates, the levies, the water, and the electricity. So all that money can be saved and be used to pay for the transfer costs. That's one thing that you need to be ready for. You don't necessarily, I don't believe in waiting to be ready with the deposit, but I believe in waiting to be ready with the transfer costs, because that is money that is required immediately. It's very important to have that money in cash. You have to have the money in cash, non-negotiable. You can't just so you need to make a plan somehow. Mistake number 5, we did not set family goals before we bought the place. Family goals, I'm talking about where do you want to work? Where do you work? I stay far from work. Like lately, I'm complaining in my head. Every day I'm going to work. I'm like, no, guys, I cannot be driving for 40 minutes to go to work. This can't be. Coming back, there's also traffic, so I have to drive for an hour. That stresses me out. Now, imagine if I was just driving for 15 minutes. It means I can wake up at 6, or I can wake up at like 6:30. Now I have to wake up at 5:20, and I have to drive for such a long time. I know I'm driving on an automatic, and I shouldn't complain so much, but I could be driving less. So look at those things before you buy a house. Where do you work? School-wise, we're not too far from Joe's school. We are far from Randy's school. So the reason why we picked the school that we picked for Randy is because it's on my way to work, but it's so far. If you're just coming from the house to go pick up Randy, you also dread that, because that's like 20 minutes drive. It's 30 minutes, I think. Yeah, that's a lot. Family goals, I'm talking about things like, I want my kids to play outside. I want yard. I want a yard. I want my own pool, because now we're living in a complex. We have to wait for somebody to clean the pool. My kids are young. They are under 12. Well, Joe's about to turn 12, but he needs to be supervised. Somebody must be with him outside when he's playing. If I had a yard, I wouldn't have those issues. You understand? So we live on the top floor, meaning we don't even have space. We don't have yard. We have a balcony, but that is not enough for my kids to play. But imagine had we set the family goals first to say, okay, what does it look like for us for work? How far do you want to travel? Okay, what about the kids? How far do we want them to travel for school? And what about their playtime when they have to have fun? Where can they do that? You know, my yoga, where can I do my yoga? Now I have to do my yoga in the bedroom or the balcony. But if we had gone in this same complex, had we gone for like a ground floor, or because they also have standalone houses, we could have gone for that.
Double stories. Those are double stories.
Oh yeah, there's also double stories in the complex. but they also have yard, they have gates, so they have some privacy. So we could have gone for that, and my kids would be playing outside, and then we'll still have the issue of the pool, which is fine. But now we have two issues: kids can't go play outside. We don't have our own pool. So you need to set those goals as well. Had we set the goals, I think we could have avoided buying on the top floor, because right now the top floor does not serve any of my goals at all. If anything, I'd rather be on ground, because I know my kids can play just outside. So avoid those mistakes, guys. I hope this video will help you. I hope this video will help someone, will open your eyes and guide you. If you have any questions, please write down in the comments. If you have any comments, any stories of your own that you'd like to share, please comment down below so that others can also access that information. I mean, we are at the space where we all need to be acquiring property. You need to be, whether you have kids or not, you need to be acquiring property, because that is an investment that will take you a long way. So let's get into property. Let's do what we can, but let's first do our research. Let's get ready. Let's save. Saving is important when you are buying property. It's very, very important. So thank you so much for watching the video. Thank you so much for watching up until this end. And from me, that's it. So see you in the comments. Bye. Existed. I know what I need. I'm gonna lie.